Howdy, everybody. Welcome to the Brother Sister Show, a family-owned and operated podcast where two siblings keep in touch by talking about movies. This week, we are talking about Death on the Nile and Kimi. I forgot the other one for a second. But before we get to that, we've got some exciting... Well, I'm not going to presume that it's exciting. But we're going to talk about the Oscar nominations. Well,
Ooh.
Do you have anything to catch up on? I don't really have anything.
I just moved in to my new place. More room, double the rent. Yeah, it looks kind of boring, but hopefully we'll populate these walls soon. That's pretty much it. I don't really have much else going on.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, but I feel like I don't really have anything new. This shirt is new, but that's
nice.
It. Yeah, Oscar nominations. Did you? I was able to watch them. Somehow I've always watched them, like the past years, I've watched them in the car.
Really?
I don't know how. Yeah,
it was like
because
8 a.m. or 7.
Yeah.
How did you watch it in the car?
so why I had it like on YouTube. Well, it's either I'm never home, so I'm either going to work, like it's on my way to work, and I just like have it in the car.
Right.
This time, because I work from home, I decided to get groceries that morning, and I was running a little bit behind, but I was like, you know what? I'll probably just watch them when I'm in the store, which is what happened. I was walking around, and then it was 7:18, so I was like, fuck, and so I started listening to it while I was getting my groceries, which honestly was like the best way to do it, because I was like, if I'm gonna be angry, I might as well be in a public space, you know.
Yeah.
And I like getting groceries weirdly sometimes, so I was like, this is like especially in the morning when there's nobody there.
Oh.
It's very nice. I love it.
It's a liminal space.
It
like,
truly, yeah.
You feel like the only character.
Yes.
Honestly.
And it's especially when I'm shopping for groceries and the only people there are like stocking.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like should I not be in here? Like, it feels like when I worked at Target and I got there early and people were still working and the store wasn't open. But
that's funny.
But yeah.
But no, I didn't watch it. I was waiting for class, and then I was just on my laptop, and I pulled up Twitter. And honestly, I forgot, but then I saw them tweeting, and so I just started like looking at the tweets. Honestly, I didn't know that they like did a show to announce them. Like, I assumed, but I just wasn't interested. I just saw it.
It's too early. Like, a lot of people have been saying, like, why don't you make it a primetime special? Like, why are you doing it at 7 a.m? I don't know, though. I kind of like it feels like a tradition now of getting up early. And at least for me, I watch it every year.
How did this stack up? Like, I don't know. Is it like, what happens? They just announce it? Do they say anything else?
This year, I liked it. Well, it was also over Zoom. So it's always going to be a little bit awkward over Zoom because it's usually in person. They used to have where the entertainment reporters were in the room, and so you could hear reactions. Which was interesting. Like, there was one year, I think it's a clip that goes around on Twitter sometimes, where I think the exclusion of somebody, like, they finished a category and people started, like, they like gasped because they were like, they weren't nominated. Or you'll get like surprised, you know, reactions or clapping. Wow! That's how I gasped. That I was like driving. I was almost home. And when they said her name, I gasped. That was the only reaction I had. Yeah. So, I mean, now it's just them on Zoom reading the nominations, getting all the pronunciations wrong.
Oh, my gosh.
Which, honestly, I want to make fun of, but I kind of sympathize with.
I saw them try to pronounce the biggest snub of the morning is Denis Villeneuve.
Oh, Denis. Yeah. Yeah, truly.
That was like truly shocking because it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Some of the Academy, the way they work sometimes is like, I feel like they were like, well, hasn't he won one or no?
For best director, I don't know.
But sometimes they're like, well, the Dune has a lot, so like maybe we don't have to nominate him.
Yeah,
for
but like
director.
if out of all of the nominations, like I feel like that one's the most deserved because
Oh, 100%.
I mean there's that like all those interviews of him saying like he's been thinking of this movie since he was 14, like he started it then, like I just don't, it does not make any sense.
Doesn't compute. You know, one thing they did, sorry, back to the nomination thing real quick. One thing they did that I liked this year is it was the whole theme of the Oscars. They always have like a weird theme, but it never really shined because the Oscars always look the same. So I don't know why they have a theme. But this one is something about like movie lovers or something. And so for certain nominations, they had people, they had like movie lovers read the nomination. So like, for instance, for Best Actor, they cut to in Howard, they have a Chadwick Boseman like acting school. Like they named their acting school after him. And so they had somebody, like a student from that school, read the nominations for Best Actor since he was nominated last year. So I thought like that was kind of cool. And especially because the people that were reading them were actually pretty good. Like I was kind of like, oh God, they're not going to read it well. And then there was this one, they had a firefighter read it, like a New York firefighter. And so hearing him say like the nominations and his accent was pretty funny.
That's cool.
But yeah. But anyways, we can get to the nominations. The only thing I was truly, oh, sorry.
No. I was just going to say, yeah, he got it for Arrival, Best Director.
Honestly, it's really dumb, but the Academy kind of does that where they're like, well, we've already given him an Oscar, so like, does he need another one? When that's not. That's why people always say that the Academy is just political, or like the Oscars are mostly political, and it doesn't really depend on how good the movie was. It depends on how the Academy sees you and also how you campaign for them. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
That's
very weird.
But yeah, let's go through it.
The only thing that there's usually one movie that I'm kind of, because this is I'm gonna sound so dumb, but there's so many movies and like categories and stuff that I can't pay attention to all of it. I didn't even know after everything was said and done that Lady Gaga wasn't nominated. Like I didn't really pay attention to that a lot. So the only thing I was paying attention to is how much The Power of the Dog got, since that was my favorite. And I was hoping for something for Pig, but I knew nothing was going to happen.
Yeah.
And I did pay attention very closely to Best Supporting Actor because we can all sleep soundly now, knowing that Jared Leto was not nominated.
Yeah, I
was terrified.
The world was shaking in their boots.
Parked in the middle of the street.
I know Jesse Plemons got nominated and
Wild.
Kirsten Dunst.
And yes, I did not expect that.
Has that ever happened before? Where
couple?
A couple nominated for the same movie the same year?
Ooh.
Obviously the same year, but
because
that feels like
I can think
cool.
of. I think Penelope Cruz and Javier Bardem. I know they're nominated both this year, but in different movies. But I feel like when they were in that movie with Scarlett Johansson, it's called like Vicky Cristina whatever. I think they were both in that movie, and I know somebody got nominated from that.
I don't know. It is interesting, but I'm happy for them because that feels like a good thing, like a good moment.
Yes, especially because people didn't, at least I didn't expect. I knew Benedict Cumberbatch and also the kid, I forgot his name. I knew both of them would probably get something, but it's very surprising to me that Kirsten and Jesse Plemons got something.
Yeah.
Especially Jesse Plemons, because he was in it for like 5 minutes, it felt like.
I know, he pieced out. But yeah, Cody Smith-McPhee.
Yes.
Got
he
it.
He was so good.
Which is, and I'm sure that's happened before, but like Best Supporting Actor, like 2 from the same movie.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
Well, that's cool. I was surprised, not by like her performance, but that they would like recognize her, was Jessie Buckley for The Lost Daughter and as Best Supporting.
Same. And I think this is the first time she's nominated. Oh, maybe not. I don't know, but I love her. And I'm very glad that she'll be there. Also very surprised. You know what also surprised me? And I didn't gasp, but I said, oh, was Andrew Garfield. for
Oh
Tick Tick
yeah,
Boom. I don't know how I feel about that.
I like him.
I mean, he was
I,
fine, but like, I don't know. He was
I
good,
don't.
but the movie itself, I just didn't expect it to get anything really.
Oh yeah, did it get editing? Because I really like the editing
Yeah,
in that movie.
I think it did, and people were making fun of it.
Mainly just for that.
Therapy one.
Yeah, I think so. That was good. I like that.
I
The
thought it was
worst person in the
fine.
world. I know you haven't seen it yet, but
No, but I'm excited
got
to watch it.
best original screenplay, which is really cool.
I'm surprised it didn't get
Um,
Best Picture because Drive My Car did, right?
yeah, I would immediately get rid of Don't Look Up and just like swap.
Oh my
Slow
god,
swap.
I forgot because I was so overjoyed about the exclusion of Jared Leto that I completely forgot about this stupid fucking movie. It didn't get
Yeah.
any actors, did it? Or was Leo nominated? I think Leonardo was, right?
I don't think so.
But as long as it didn't get any of the acting categories, then I'm fine. Because it's
Yeah,
not going to win.
I don't think it did.
If Don't Look Up wins, I don't know what I'm going to do.
I honestly don't know. I'm glad Nightmare Alley did because I really like that movie.
I didn't think that it would get much. So Best
Really?
Picture is very surprising to me. Yeah. I mean, out of all the movies that came out last year, do you think it was like it was a shining example of the best of the best? I mean, Don't Look Up. I don't know. The standards, like every time I try to think of like, is that Oscar worthy? And then I think of Don't Look Up, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what Oscar worthy is. I don't know.
Fair enough. I think like costume design for sure. Like which I think it did get nominated for.
Mm-hmm.
And then the visual effects, Free Guy got nominated, which I don't even know what did they see the same movie? Like I don't get that.
I don't know. It had visual effects in it. You know, like
Yeah.
it definitely, the visuals were affected. To put it next to Dune is really insulting, honestly.
Yeah. That's all I can really think of. I think one of the shorts that I saw at Sundance was nominated for best animated short. Yeah, Beast is fantastic.
Well, let me just go down the line and think of just random questions. So first, because I know there's discourse about Spider-Man being nominated for Best Picture. I mean, that's stupid, right? Like,
Oh yeah, that's so
come on.
stupid. I saw Kevin Smith was like, yeah, it needs to be like it deserves, or I don't remember exactly what he said, but
Exactly, you know?
it's like no, just no.
If all the like Marvel movies to be nominated, this is not the one I would ever think. Especially like it was a sequel too, and not even just a sequel; it's a third movie in a trilogy. Why the fuck would they ever nominate that? Did they even nominate The Dark Knight for Best Picture?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't think so.
Then don't talk to me. Like, don't talk to me about fucking Spider-Man. You don't have to be Oscar nominated or be recognized by the Oscars to even to for it to matter. You know, get a People's Choice and then call it a day.
That's the whole thing. Is like if you don't like it, then just don't watch the Oscars. Don't like follow it. Don't care about it.
Yeah, and like
I'm just so
I
tired
complain
of it.
about it, but I complain about it like I complain about like my job. You know, I still like it, but it's like a tough love thing, right? I just want them to be better. And yeah, I'm gonna talk shit about it all day, but I'm gonna fucking watch it, and it's gonna be an all day event for me. That's my Super Bowl. I'm gonna be like having a little cookout.
Yeah.
I truly love it, but how the fuck would Spider-Man? But again, Don't Look Up. I don't know. What are the standards here? I don't know. They fucking love Adam McKay and.
Oh my gosh, and it got
For what?
nominated for best editing too. Like,
Ugh.
that's like Bohemian Rhapsody level. Like upset.
West Side Story got a lot too. I mean, I don't know. I was talking to people at work. There's like a movie channel, and of course I'm annoying in it. And,
You're wrong. Pig was
yeah.
bad. You're wrong.
No, I'll just have. I should. Is there a meme that's like bad take?
Oh
Just
yeah,
say that
yeah.
all day. Bad take. I think people were saying, or somebody in the group chat was like, I haven't even seen West Side Story. Has anybody seen it? I forgot that's like a thing, right? That nobody went to go see it.
Right.
which is surprising to me. I thought everybody loved the musical, but I guess I don't know. Regardless, I said like I saw it. I think I was the only person in the chat that saw it, and I said it's fine. I mean, I didn't like offend me other than Ansel Elgort's face, but like, what is Steven Spielberg gonna do about that, right? But like, it's a Steven Spielberg movie, so like, I guess that's what.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
is appealing.
It definitely deserves like best director for that.
Oh, I think we both agreed, right, that it was beautifully shot. The direction
Beautiful
was
gowns.
amazing. Yeah, the music. I mean, it's how you gonna. It's Stephen Sondheim, right? So like, of course, the music's good.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just whatever. And I do like the nomination or Ariana DeBose. I really like that, and I don't know if I like. Well, she was the best in the movie, and I like the history of it. If she won, and like she won the same role that Rita won, that'd be really cool.
That would be momentous.
So, and I'm so excited to see what they're gonna be wearing. That's all I want to know. Jessica Chastain, another surprising one.
Okay.
I like it though. I really like it. And every time they called out for being the Ricardos, I just thought of like how you were like, I don't want to see it. Also,
oh yeah,
J.K. Simmons is in that movie.
Oh yeah, okay. So I watched this. I was gonna save it until we talk about it, but we'll just talk about it now. Yeah, I watched it.
Oh.
Sadly, he's in it. And, like, I love J.K. Simmons, but, like, no, not for this, man. Like, I feel like they could have given it to someone else, like, more deserving. Like, he's good in it, I guess, but I definitely get Nicole Kidman because she's, like, obviously, you know, she plays Lucille Ball, and she does it fantastic, and she's, like, the best part of the movie.
How's Javier?
Not...
Fine.
Yeah, it was fine. So I had like a really morbid thought after watching it because I had to go like drop Kayla off or something, and I was just thinking in the car, I was like, if I got into a car crash and if Being the Ricardos and I died and Being the Ricardos was the last movie I saw, that would be the most depressing shit ever. So I got home and immediately watched another movie because I was like, I do not want this to be my last movie I've ever seen.
Do you know the morbid thought I have all the time? But you have to cut this out. Okay. This cannot be in it. Unless it's funny.
I'll beep it maybe.
I could not beep it. It was very funny, but I had to get rid of it. So sorry, guys.
But I think that all the time.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not alone. But yeah, I had that thought, and I was like,
Clip right there. I'm glad I'm not alone.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not
sorry.
alone.
Yeah.
I had that thought, and I was like, I don't know. It just felt so geriatric, that movie. Like, it just wasn't for me.
Oh my! I know exactly what you mean. Exactly what you mean. And I'm not excited to see it.
No, yeah. I reluctantly watched it. Aaron Sorkin, like, he can write, but I don't know if he can direct. I know he can.
He cannot direct. He cannot. Love him? Nope.
I haven't seen... what is it, Molly's Game or The Trial of Chicago 7, but I'm not like eager to watch them after this. So
Molly's Game, it's fine. It's not amazing, but if the only reason I would have you watch it is because it's obviously based on a true story and they change a lot of the names of the characters, but allegedly the person that Michael Cera plays is supposed to be Tobey Maguire, because Tobey Maguire is apparently like allegedly not a cool guy.
Interesting.
But it, like I said, it's fine. I think you might like it. It's like maybe for you like a 2.5, 3-star movie.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Well, I mean, I watched other I watched Cyrano, which
I was going to ask you about that
for best costume design. Sure.
Is that? I mean, I haven't seen it, but I would. Every time I see the trailer, I assume that Peter Dinklage had a chance, but no.
I think so. I mean, maybe get rid of Javier Bardem. I feel like they're probably the same level. Like I was reminded like how, because I've only ever seen him in Game of Thrones, and I was reminded like how good of an actor he is, but he can't really sing that good, and he sings in it. Like I didn't know it was a musical.
It's a musical. Well, I guess I could tell that from the trailer.
Yeah, it's not like a lot though. Like it's not a lot of singing.
Oh, okay. Do you watch the? Oh, I just remembered your review for that, and it was really funny. Did you watch? Do you watch the roundtables, like the Hollywood Reporter roundtables, or no?
I've seen a couple of them, but I haven't. Is he in one or something?
Yeah, I would watch the one they did for this year for the actors, because it was pretty funny. I haven't seen the actress one yet. Because Nicolas Cage is in there. Bless his heart.
Oh, I saw a clip
and he's
of
really
that
funny.
with the horse.
That part's really funny. But he talked about singing and how he just like seemed so uncomfortable when they brought up because Andrew Garfield was there, and so they were like talking, and he's also not. He said he's not really trained to be a singer, which like fuck you, like like in the best way possible. Fuck off. Anyways, he just talked about how he just like hated singing, and it was like the worst experience because he is not good.
Yeah, some of that kind of came off, but I mean,
but then
I liked
Andrew
his
Garfield.
other parts.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I love him, but Andrew Garfield, I like that part though when he talks about that and he's like talking down on himself, because when he said that, Andrew Garfield's like, no, I'm not gonna let you just like say you were bad in it, because it was fine, like it was good. So I like that where he was like. Like don't, like in the movie in Spider-Man when he was like,
oh yeah,
when he was kind of that, or he's like, don't say that about my friend, like that kind of cringy.
Say you're amazing right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that. That's funny. There were some fun parts in Cyrano, and I see why I got costume design, because it's like, you know, period piece.
Yeah.
But beautiful gowns, but everything else is just eh.
I can't believe we've made this whole time talking about the Oscar nominations and you haven't talked about your man, Hans.
Well deserved. I mean, like everyone saw it coming. We knew it was happening. We knew he was gonna win.
You don't have to say anything. He knows. Yeah.
My boy Hans, he knows.
I mean,
well deserved.
I would like to have, you know what you should do? A good TikTok idea is I don't know if it's a good idea, but you can judge that. But basically, like a short where somebody made, like you can play somebody else that is a composer that made, like, they were like, this is the best work I've done in my life. And they're watching the Oscar nominations and it says Hans Zimmer and they're like, fuck! Damn it. When is he going to die? They're like, he's like pissed.
Yeah, I mean, fantastic. That is
take a year off, dude. Take a year off. Jesus.
No surprise whatsoever. I mean, and it's gonna, like, he's a shoe-in for the second Dune. I feel like it's gonna happen next Oscars. It's like, I feel like everything he works on is just gonna get nominated.
Of course.
Have you watched a lot of? Because I was just gonna go through like since we're talking about the Oscars, have you watched any of the movies?
Best Picture?
Just in general, any of the ones that were nominated. Because we could just talk about those now.
Like, have I watched them since the nominations?
Yeah.
No.
Oh. Because I've been going through those.
But no, I need to, but I haven't. I know that the first one I'll probably watch, because I'm going to watch them from like the ones I want to the ones you just kind of have to. I really want to watch Coda.
Yeah,
because I knew the best supporting actor. Let me say his name. Troy Kotsur. He was I think a lot of people wanted him to be nominated, but it was kind of like it'd be nice to have, but he's probably not going to be. So I knew that was a big surprise for people, and they liked it. So I'm excited to see that one. And yeah, I don't think I've seen it. I've seen almost all of them except for like, at least for Best Picture, except for like maybe 3 of them. And then,
so I watched King Richard, which nominated for Best Picture, and Will Smith was nominated, and I think Beyonce for her song, like Best Original Song. I thought it was pretty good.
The song is very good.
That is a fantastic ending. Mm-hmm. It's such a feel good moment once you like see the actual, like, it's a pretty standard formula for like biopics, but I don't know, the ending felt like so much better with that song and like the real footage and pictures and stuff.
About the song one, I guess, because sorry to cut off your king.
You're
Is
fine.
there anything else?
No,
What
that was
did
pretty
you
much it.
think? I mean, after I watched it, I was like, it was fine, and I knew that I didn't think it would get Best Picture, so that was surprising to me.
Yeah, that's true.
But I did know that Will Smith would get nominated, and I agree with that. I mean,
Yeah.
I think they show a clip of him, of the dad, and I was like, holy shit, that is him. He did a good job. He's really good at playing other people.
Yeah, that's funny.
And man, there's nobody I think I've seen more in Oscar bait movies than Will Smith. Respect, like, I'm not trying to call him out, but like, do you remember that one Concussion movie? I just remembered it like in a haze the other day.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Like, that was,
Yeah.
he's just been in like so many of those, or 7 Pounds, or I feel like a lot of the movies he's been in have just been Oscar bait.
Gemini Man, yeah, total Oscar bait.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? They almost took it. I feel like it was all in that chatter that year. Gemini Man.
Terrible.
Yikes. Okay, but what I was gonna say is that's a pretty strong category, and I saw this one meme because I think Lin-Manuel Miranda, he's like, I think he's just needs the Oscar to have an EGOT, I think.
Yeah.
And people were saying, like, I wonder how he feels that the final boss to his EGOT is Beyonce, Billie Eilish, and then somebody else.
Yeah, I saw that. It was funny.
But I don't know. I really like that Beyonce song. I don't know about the Bond one. It's fine. It's a Bond song.
I don't even know it. I haven't watched it or.
I mean, I don't want to say this because I don't want Billie Eilish fans to come for me, but like, just listen to any of her slow songs and you've listened to the Bond song.
Fair enough.
It's good. I mean, it's a solid Bond song. And I mean, they have and it has a history of winning.
Right.
Sam Smith, Adele. I think they've all won, right? Oh no. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure Adele has. I'm pretty sure that
Smith did, because I remember Sam Smith winning, and that there was controversy because I think it was Sam Smith that said when they went up and they said that they were the first like gay person to win an Oscar, and people were like, no. I think that was it, but then I don't know if they were just like misunderstood, but
that's kind of funny.
But for that reason, I definitely know Sam Smith has won an Oscar. Yeah, but I would like for all the memes and like jokes people make about Lin, I do like him. I mean, he's amazing at what he does.
Truly.
And I am very surprised of this song that got nominated, because I truly thought how much people love We Don't Talk About Bruno. I thought that would get nominated, but it is kind of a weird song for people to really latch onto. Somebody else pointed this out. This isn't like an original thought, but it's not like the song that it was nominated for is like a standalone, or like if you think about Coco, it doesn't really have anything to do with the plot. It's just like a standalone, like Remember Me, like you can just listen to it whenever. But We Don't Talk About Bruno is like, it's ingrained into the plot. It's only about what's happening in the movie.
Right.
And so if you listen to it outside of that, you're like, if you've never seen it, then you're like, what is happening? So it's very interesting that people have latched on to that song. And I thought it'd be cool. It'd be a cool one to be nominated, because then all the people that were in that song, which is like the entire cast, I think they would also win one. I don't know how that works, but either way, that'd be cool.
That's how I feel about like Hamilton, because I just in high school I remember like everyone listening to that, and I'm like none of this makes sense outside of the context of this like play. So like, why?
Everything I know about Hamilton is against my will.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't get it.
People love it though.
Whatever. Yeah.
Or like Cats. Any song, there's not one, well, maybe Memory, but any song, you're like, what the fuck are you on? Who's Mr. Mistopheles?
Yeah.
And why are you singing about him?
Mysterious man.
Oh, one
Uh,
last thing, and then I'm done with the Oscars. But I know, so the animated category, I obviously only seen like one of the movies, but there was one that you liked a lot that was nominated, and I thought, I don't know how you feel about it. Was like something in the machines or whatever.
Yeah, their like online presence or their like campaign to do that was really weird because they did something with like Letterboxd and.
Oh, so you're not surprised then?
No, not surprised at all.
Oh, okay.
Like, I liked all of the animated movies that I saw. Like, I saw those all at the same time, like Mitchell's versus the Machines, Raya and the Last Dragon, and Luca. I saw those like pretty much back to back, and I was like, yeah, these are fantastic, well deserved for sure. I honestly don't know I don't even remember the other ones, but yeah, I like those. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Which ones?
Oh, and
So,
Flea.
oh, okay, I've heard a lot about that one.
Mm-hmm.
Which ones are you gonna watch? Just so I know which ones I should be watching. Everything that's nominated in any category, or just Best Picture?
Well, Best Picture, I only have Drive My Car, Belfast, and Coda to watch.
I think same.
Not looking forward to Belfast. I think I'm gonna get like the most annoying ones out of the way, and just like
Do that too.
like I'm probably gonna watch Belfast later today. But I think I'm gonna do honestly whichever ones
Enacting ones too.
I can actually see.
Okay. I mean, I'll try to do the same.
Like I definitely want to try to do the documentaries just because I've been like more into that, like watching documentaries. Definitely want to try to watch all the international features.
Oh yeah. The only category I cannot commit to watching is animated features because I just have no interest.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I've seen them, so I can briefly talk about them whenever we do it.
It'll just be the last category I touch. But
Okay.
maybe. We'll see.
I do want to watch Parallel Mothers a lot.
Oh, I do too. Yes, I will watch that one. And I really weirdly want to watch Cyrano.
Oh,
I
might
love
like it. I mean,
I love a good period piece. And I also like the guy. Oh, what's the guy that's because I know it's a love triangle. I like the other guy, not Peter Dinklage. I went to a movie premiere called Luce. Like Luce.
right.
This is a long time ago, like when I lived in Austin. And him and the director were there. And I remember me and my friends like got our tickets late, and so we were in the very first row. And obviously they set up the chairs like right in front of the first row, and so we were just staring at them the whole time. It was so awkward.
Kelvin Harrison Jr.?
Yes, I like him. He's a good actor. And and then when we left, my friend was like, his skin was so glowing. And I said, yeah, well, I mean, we could practically touch him.
That's funny. Now, he was good in it. So.
All right.
That's
Excited.
all I got for the Oscars.
Very excited.
Yeah, should be cool.
I'm excited to see who hosts it. Did you see that I don't know if this is just a concept floating around, but people said they might do it's probably going to be a 3-hour show, which it always is. And then every hour is going to have a different host.
I saw that.
Who do you think should host?
Who do I think? I don't know. Honestly, I don't even care. Because, like, I know I'm going to watch it, but I'm not watching it, like, for that. So, let's see.
I mean, unless it's like, unless it's people I really like if it's like Maya Rudolph or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I want.
Yeah, Maya Rudolph, Amy Poehler, and Tina Fey. That would be solid. But
That would be.
Once again, I don't know. Or care.
Fair
What do you
enough.
want?
There's a podcast I really like called Las Culturistas, and the two guys that host it are very funny, and they're very quick, and I feel like they would just be a really good duo. And their names are Bowen Yang, who's on SNL. I don't know if you, and then Matt Rogers. They're just very funny together. They're very fast, and the other one I would want is I really like when Nick Kroll and John Mulaney hosted the it was the Indie Spirit Awards.
Yeah,
really
something
funny.
like that. Okay. Oh,
Somebody
who
that
would be-
likes movies. I don't want just like some
Uh,
comedian, like somebody that actually cares about what's happening, like Bill Hader. You know?
Oh, Bill Hader would be cool.
Yeah.
Bill Hader or like Ethan Hawke.
Yeah.
That would be
Or
cool.
the guy from Moonfall.
Oh yeah. But he's like in the same like as his character.
Yeah. I'm not going to clarify who. We all know who.
Halle Berry. What have you watched?
Good question.
Let's get to it.
Okay. So, I from what I remember leaving off of from I watched The House of Tomorrow. Did I talk about this last time with Alex Wolff?
I don't think so.
It's pretty good. I think it's on Peacock, which again, Peacock has like so many good indies. But this one was good. I liked it. I think you would like it too. Just about this kid that lives in like a dome house that people go and visit because I guess he's like related to some guy that was some like futuristic scientist. I don't know, but it's just him. He was raised there, so he's kind of like proper. He doesn't really know how to talk to people and kind of awkward. So it's kind of coming into his own.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked it. A horror movie called Mirrors with I was watching it and it has what's his name? Shit. I keep saying Kevin Spacey in my mind, but it is not him. Kiefer Sutherland. Kiefer Sutherland. And when I was watching it, Sebastian walked in and he was like, "Is this Designated Survivor?"
Oh my gosh.
I said, "No."
That's so funny.
8. And I was like, he doesn't look like this now. And it has some good moments, but it's basically the mirrors are like trying to kill people. It's weird.
Oh, that's kind of awesome.
But I think you might like it. There's a scene in a bathtub that kind of shook me. But yeah. That's the one that I don't know if Avital said this on the podcast or if I've just heard her say it before, like on her podcast, but she said, I think it was this movie where she saw a trailer to it and the trailer said, "This movie will do to mirrors what Psycho did for showers."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I think it was this movie. And she said she was just like scared of mirrors for a little bit. Which honestly fair because it is kind of creepy. Then I watched another, actually I would recommend this one over Mirrors, but if you want to watch both, a movie called Splinter on HBO Max. I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like a creature horror. It's really well done. It's self-contained, so it's just like in one area the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it a lot. I think you probably would like it too. A couple more. MFA, which is like I don't know what that stands for. 3 stars. It's just this girl like revenge killing like rapists. So it was kind of like a Promising Young Woman like esque vibe, but like a lower budget. But it was still pretty good. I thought it was interesting. A movie called Test Pattern that I've heard about before. I think I was supposed to see it at South by, but I can't remember. It's kind of it deals with a woman like having to go through what happens after you're assaulted and how annoying it is, like and how annoying the healthcare system is in like not really being helpful. And it was set in, I think, in Austin, so I thought that was kind of yeah. A movie called Skin, which is I don't know, I still don't know how to feel about that one, but it's about this guy, and I like this actor. What's his name? Jamie Bell, I think. I really like him, but he plays this what are they called? Like a Nazi, but what are they called? Would they like shave their heads? They're just like it's like a KKK member basically. And he, I guess it's like a spoiler, but whatever. It's based on a true story where he's like a reformed, like it basically starts with him being in the KKK and then like wanting to get out of it because he falls in love with this girl and wants to like, leave that life behind. And I don't know, like because I feel like it's telling, I don't want to tell the filmmaker what story they should be telling, but I would rather, like, there's a guy, there's a black man that like he's an activist where that's what he does is he like reforms former white supremacists and KKK members. And I just thought that story of him doing that and like why he does that is very interesting. And I kind of was like, well, I mean, I kind of want to know about this guy, you know, rather than.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah.
You haven't been giving reviews. Is there a specific reason? I'm just curious. Like on Letterboxd.
Just like time, honestly. I kind of just want to, if I were to like try to think about it too much, then I would just like not put it. And I don't know, just some of these movies, I'm just kind of like, I don't really know what to say. Just watch it.
Yeah. Well, this, the Skin movie you're talking about, the poster looks like a History Channel, like documentary about tattoos.
Yeah, it's really bad. The one on whatever I watch, the one on Showtime is not this one. It's a little bit better.
Oh, okay.
Because I would not watch this. I that's what I would have thought it was, a documentary or something. Yeah, and I don't know. I probably try to do more reviews, but I don't know what it is. I do want to, but. Then I went to the movies to watch Genius, a Kanye trilogy, but I only watched the first part, because I don't know when the next two. I don't know. It's a weird time to watch this Kanye doc because it's about like him like coming up in his career, but he's just, I don't know, not a huge fan of him right now, honestly.
Coming after Kid Cudi for seemingly very little reason. Very little reason.
He's being weird. There was this one tweet that I sent Sebastian where there's like this one picture of Kanye, Pete Davidson. Did you see when it was like it added Timothy Chalamet and said, "Count your fucking days, Timothy."
Yeah. That's so funny.
Then Kimi, Death on the Nile, but notably, I can't believe I didn't put a review for this one, but I saw Marry Me with Owen Wilson and Jennifer Lopez, and I thought it would be a half-star movie. It was a 2-star movie. I liked it. I thought it did what it had to do. A couple songs that played in it are like stuck in my head, so I guess that is a win for the movie. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. It was fine. It was a J-Lo rom-com. I don't know what else to expect from it, you know.
Classic.
Yeah.
I was gonna go to the theater to watch that on Friday, while Kayla was in class, but I was like,
on Peacock.
I don't have Peacock, but
not
like the premium. So I might have Peacock. Hold on.
That's what I use Mom and Dad's, I think.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
It's on Peacock.
I might have to make a call after this. After some passwords.
Worth it. I think, yeah, I mean, it's fine.
They have like free shit, and I added a bunch to my watch list because they have like a bunch of like Godzilla movies, like this 1960s one. So I want to watch those, but maybe I'll do that. I kind of feel you on the like minimal reviews. Like I don't really give long reviews anymore. Like Portrait of a Lady on Fire and Interstellar were like the last long reviews I gave. I feel like I just give like a couple sentences if that, but I just
joke.
I don't know.
I want to be more like I try to think of like a joke to give or something, but and so I think honestly the ones that don't have reviews, I'm like I just watch them during work or something, and so I either don't really have anything to say and I'm just like, well, the stars kind of just say it for me, or I like for Marry Me, I forgot, and it was like the morning after or something, and I was like, oh fuck, I watched Marry Me. So mostly it's that where I just forget. So, yeah.
Yeah. Now it's just like, go for it.
I would say now, like usually for the podcast, I try like the podcast movies. I try to always put a review. But I'm trying to be less precious about what I say and just like because sometimes for some movies I know people like them or like I don't know what I'm like, well, I kind of want to say that, but I don't want people to come for me but nobody cares. So like whatever.
Yeah, I just started like making like one sentence jokes and just like throwing it at the wall. Like Cyrano, I was like, I don't even know if I want to put this, but then funny. I just did it. It's whatever. Do
you want to say it or are you gonna say it?
Yeah, sure. Because it felt so weird that I said I didn't know anyone could be that horny for poetry. Because it was like really weird. Funny. where she was just like,
I need more.
I need more. Yeah, it was like
Trailer,
constantly.
you're like, bitch, get a fucking, like, read a book. Jesus.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like, I feel like 50 Shades of Grey would have, like, blown her mind. Anyways, I finished Snatch, which we talked about last episode. Same feelings. Like, it was pretty good. I just feel like we already talked about it. Then I watched Ready Player One. I liked it a lot less than I remember. I think I had just younger me was more forgiving of like how far this strays away from the book. It just stick to the source material, bro. Scooby-Doo. That's like so I got a sound bar. So and it's changed things, honestly.
I love how this is the movie that you want to bring up the sound bar. Not like a musical, not something where the sound counts. Scooby-Doo is where you're like, the sound bar changed everything.
Honestly, it felt like okay, this one and the next one, it like brought me back to that like early 2000s. Well, the next one's like 2009, but it's just like it brings you back. Like hearing that Sugar Ray song was like completely different, you know?
Yeah, hit different.
Mark McGrath. It felt like he was in my living room. It was life-changing.
Terrifying. Oh.
The next one, the soundbar like completely changed everything. Cause like using the TV speakers for this movie, for Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen.
Which was that one?
That's the second one.
Okay.
I forgot how big these movies were.
Yeah, I don't remember anything that happened in those movies.
I know, and I felt the same way. But then we watched it, and I was just like transported back to the Mayan theater in San Antonio, and I was like,
yeah,
like I just remember going and like doing the crane games with Grandpa and all that, and like I was just thrown back, honestly, and I loved it. Then I watched The Watermelon Woman, which is on Canopy. It's really good because it's like a movie about someone who's like making a documentary about the Watermelon Woman. I don't know, just check it out. I don't know how else to talk about it. I thought it was like a cool way to see to talk about like that creative process of like stories that have been silenced like historically. So then I watched We Need to Talk About Kevin.
You never seen this one?
I've never seen it before.
Okay.
There's a line in that movie where John C. Reilly... Have you seen it? John C. Reilly tells Ezra Miller, you're going to be the next Donald Trump. Or like, I'm talking to the next Donald Trump. Because he's like... He bought all those like bike locks. And he says that he's going to like sell them for like more. One of the funniest aged lines of all time. But that's a pretty good movie. I think it's like based on a book, right? Or something.
The book is like, I didn't like it. I couldn't get through it. I got like maybe one chapter in and I was like, what the fuck is happening? Just the words that they used. I mean, maybe because I was young when I tried to read it. So I was like, I feel stupid. Like I didn't understand anything that she was fucking saying. Because I think it's from the point of view of the mom.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, the movie's good, so just watch the movie.
Yeah, the movie's very good. I like the way, like I felt like I could have written a larger review about this movie, but ultimately, like it was just, you know, had a good soundtrack, and I like the way the story was like broken up. It's not like totally unique, but it fit very well with the story because you don't know a bad thing happened. You don't know what it is until the very end, and you get like clues, and thought it was great.
Every time I go to the grocery store and I get eggs, I think about that scene.
What scene?
I think it's this movie where she goes to the store and when she's like grocery shopping, people are looking at her, and then when she gets eggs and this mom like looks at her and she like looks away or goes to get something and she comes back and all the eggs in her carton are broken.
Yeah, and she buys them anyways.
Yeah.
That's funny. Then I watched Kung Fu Panda. That's
And that sound bar.
I watched it on my phone. Yeah, in between classes. I should have watched it, but I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Like, it's a fantastic movie.
Saw this one TikTok about it where there's like, I was wondering if you watched it because of this TikTok, but maybe not. Where it's like a scene of that bird like feeding him when he was a baby or something.
Mm-hmm.
And people were like, man, this made me emotional. Or like the Kung Fu Panda movies hit different or something like that.
No, that's not why I watched this movie, but I do hit different.
Made me want to watch it because I don't know if I've ever fully seen it.
You definitely should. I think I watched it on Netflix. Yeah. Not much else to say. King Richard, Cyrano, being in the Ricardos, we already talked about. I'm excited for you to see Being the Ricardos because I don't know if it was just me, but like the timeline felt really weird. Like it's taken, like the events of the movie take place over a week, but it's like intercut with like the history, like some historical events. Not historical events, but like events in their life. I don't know.
So
I didn't care for it.
Not looking forward to it. There's nobody I'm least interested in than Lucille Ball. I'm sorry. I guess that's controversial, but because a lot of people love her, but like I just don't care.
Yeah, I've never felt more of or less of like a target audience.
Oh yeah. Maybe I'll like it. Who knows? Maybe what if it's like I'm like this is my favorite movie I've seen in the last 5 years.
That would blow my mind. I think that would reconstruct this podcast. Like I don't know if I could do it anymore.
Well, count your fucking days, Timothy Chalamet. That's all I have to say.
Then I watched Denis Villeneuve's Enemy, which have you seen?
Still
before?
need to watch it. No, but because somebody like a thing or like a video I watched ruined the ending, and so I just don't really want to watch it because I'm like, well,
that sucks.
Yeah,
because this movie, I feel like it definitely like it helps you not knowing that, especially I mean for a lot of movies, but
yeah.
But this one, like, it's just so, like, the ending is so deserved, and it just felt so perfect. Like, he does not waste any time.
Yeah. I mean, I still want to watch it, but it just makes me not want to anymore, because I'm like, what's the point?
I still recommend it, honestly. Like, there's so much to think about. Like, it's definitely one that I still need to, like, reflect on, because, like... I don't know, man. I don't even know what happened. Like, I know what happened, but I feel like I don't know. Like, I'm too dumb to understand. Then, another classic. Transformers Dark Side, or Dark of the Moon. Thought it was Dark Side. Probably some
which one's that one?
stuff. That one's the third one.
Okay. Shia LaBeouf in that one or no?
Yeah, he's in it. And another one that just, like, brought back all these memories that I just didn't know I had. Like I didn't know that I remembered like everything that happened in this movie. But there's one part where they resurrect like one of the primes, Sentinel Prime, and they're like he's the Einstein of us all, of the Autobots, and he made this like teleportation device. And he turns out to be a bad guy. Like he made a deal with Megatron, and I remember vividly as a kid being like, "No!" Like being heartbroken.
That's so funny.
That he was a bad guy.
You could be making all that up, and I wouldn't know. I don't even know if I've ever seen that. Maybe.
I don't know.
Is he in college in that one?
No, he graduated. I think he's just like in the world.
Yeah.
But it is really long. I think it's like I want to say like 2.5 hours. 154 minutes, whatever that is. I think that's like 2.5. It is really long. Then last one before Kimi and Death of the Nile, I saw 13 Going on 30, which solid movie.
Have you never seen it?
I've seen it before.
Oh.
I've just been revisiting a lot of movies because I feel like I've seen that one a lot, like when I was in middle school, high school. Like all of these movies. Solid. That's all I have. I'm still rocking a 20 movie lead.
Yeah.
Kimi was my 100th movie. So that's cool. Of the year. Go me. Triple digits.
You haven't watched Humans, have you?
Oh, okay. That's a good transition. Because that's what we normally do. But
Yeah.
I am like, how many minutes do I have left? I have 38 minutes left. I like it so far.
It's weird.
I really like the way it's shot. It's like playing like a horror movie, but it's just a Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
I like it so far. I feel like it's similar to Enemy, where it's gonna end, and I'm just gonna be like, what happened? I need to think about this more. So that's cool.
Probably. Last thing before the game, did you see the trailer to Nope?
I haven't seen it yet. Have you seen it?
A couple times. I don't understand what's happening, but I'm very excited.
That's
and
good
I hope
to
to God I don't know if it'll be one of the screenings at South by, but that would be very cool.
That would be legendary. Okay. Seth Rogen.
Oh, Jonah Hill. Should we? No.
Oh no.
What?
I wonder what they've been in.
What did you pick?
I picked Superbad.
Oh, this is the end.
Okay. All right. We need a tiebreaker.
An actor or actress?
Let's go to Discord. Okay.
Oh,
Mad
shit.
Nicholson.
He could be 20 or 50. Oh.
The real question is, would he enjoy being the Ricardos?
Oh, that is a good question.
That's my gauge now.
Man.
Is would they enjoy being the Ricardos?
Oh. Would they enjoy being the Ricardos, or do they watch Euphoria? Oh man. I'm not confident, but I'm gonna go with it. I said 55.
Damn, bro. I put 47.
I mean, I feel like he's one of those people that like looks really good for his age, you know?
Probably. We'll
I
see.
think I'm over though.
Oh wow. He's 56. Damn, bro. A year off? I was way off. 9 years.
Ooh, what should you watch?
Saw him in a trailer for the Dumbledore movie. While we
The
went to
trailer?
go watch. Yeah.
Get the stuff for Peacock and then watch Marry Me.
Okay. That's fair enough. All right, I'll watch Marry Me. That's you blessed me.
Why?
Because I feel like I was gonna watch it anyways, but
Yeah. I'll be easy on you.
cool. Well, I'll watch that, and yeah. When we get back, let's go to the break. When we
Jesus.
get back, let's talk about Kimi and Death on the Nile.
You're just so excited to talk about Death on the Nile, you're like tripping over your words.
Yeah.
An agoraphobic Seattle tech worker uncovers evidence of a crime in Kimi. Directed by Steven Soderbergh, written by David Cope, starring Zoe Kravitz, Rita Wilson, and Erica Christensen.
Critics gave it an 88% on Rotten Tomatoes, a 77% on Metacritic. Oh, I didn't go with IMDb. I don't know why I didn't do that. A 6.3 out of 10 on IMDb, and then on Letterboxd it has an average of a 3.3 stars. That's pretty accurate, I think. I mean, it wasn't like spectacular. Fantastic direction, I gotta say. The camera work was really interesting, especially once she leaves her apartment. It's like all just like canted angle, just like camera, the like handheld camera look and feel. I will say my biggest complaint with this movie is that it ended on a freeze frame. What was that?
Catch that, yeah.
What was that?
That was a good thing to put in the review because I also hate when movies do that. There's a movie I'm thinking of, but I can't put my finger on it, where it's a good movie, but it ends on a freeze frame, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Like, how do you... I genuinely confused.
That is something that Being the Cardos would do. Like, that's an old thing to do.
Yeah. So I don't get, like, everything else felt like extremely unique. Like when she first tries to leave the apartment, we have those like really interesting shots where it's like, directly above her and then like directly below her. Mm-hmm. And then, like I said, like that handheld movement that follows her, it's like kind of, it's handheld. So it's, a little bit shaky.
Or when she's like trying to run up to her apartment. I don't like shaky stuff like that. Like, remember in the 355 where it was like so shaky that I'm like, what the fuck is happening? But this one, I liked it. Like, it felt very disorienting the way that we wanted it to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then
it made her look very small.
Yeah.
And I like the way she was like walking. Like, it just, I don't know. Told you a lot about the character. Mm-hmm. And then the freeze frame. It just felt so out of character for this movie. It's like, what are you doing? What's happening?
I would have probably moved it up a half star if there was no freeze frame.
Maybe.
Yeah. I don't know if this felt too, like, if this was like, is this what Seattle's like? Is that you just like turn into an agoraphobic? Also, that apartment was really nice. I hope you find a place like that.
Extremely nice. I was like, hey, we could live like this. Hopefully,
like,
that'd be cool.
Somebody send me the listing?
Yeah,
that'd be great. But I like the concept overall of the movie, and I was kind of too. I was explaining that Sebastian kind of watched it with me, but I was explaining to him like what her job was, and I said, I mean, I kind of would like that job. I think I like the whole coding monotonous aspect of it too. Yeah, I thought it felt like sometimes my job can be like that, and I like those days when I'm like, I just don't want to think about things. I just want something easy to do, and it just felt really cool too to like, just the coding aspect of it. Sometimes I was like, okay, do we have to see exactly what she's typing? But I understood. I do like how it seemed like they did that instead of like the whole showing not telling thing. Like they didn't want to be like have a really annoying way to explain what she does. They just wanted to show us what she does. But I like that. And how much do they pay her for that apartment?
I know, but I loved everything. Like all of her technology was so fantastic. One of her like coworkers, I think it was one of her coworkers. We've actually seen him in another movie. His name is, because I want to get it right, because he's not in a whole lot.
I know what is that why you asked me what movie that was? Or no?
What movie?
You asked me like a while ago what movie we saw at the San Antonio Film Festival.
Oh, okay. I was just going through, I think, Letterboxd, and I was just trying to see like, I was just trying to find that movie because I really liked it.
It is a good movie. That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, he's in that.
Oh, he did look so familiar.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find it.
I do like too the way they showed her like compulsions and like what she's dealing with.
Yeah.
Yeah. It felt very real because sometimes when I see agoraphobia in a movie, I'm like, girl, go outside. But this one, I like how they were like, how they showed her trying to like telling him that she was going to be outside just so she can have something to like hold herself to. Because I do that sometimes with my, like when I'm like nervous to drive or something, I'll be like, let's go here and I'll drive. And even though I'm like really nervous too, I'm like, I have to do it because I said that. or I'll say yes to shit, and I'm like, I don't know if I could do it, but I'll figure it out. And it did feel really like when they showed us how hard it is for her to leave the apartment. I was like, oh, okay, and it did. Like I understood it, and it did make it a little bit more. Like it brought more levity to when she actually did make it out of the apartment, and how hard it was for her to do that. But did you find what he is in?
Yeah. So his name is Alex Dobranco. He's in a movie like you said that we saw at the San Antonio Film Festival called Here We Are, and I can't find it anywhere. Like I really want to. I think I'm gonna email the director because I want to watch it. I'll say I'll pay whatever you want, man, because I really like that movie.
Yeah, I remember that.
But he's like the lead in it. But he's just good.
Was he there when we at the he wasn't there at the festival, right? Just the
just the director. Yeah,
it was very good.
Yeah,
good for him moving up.
Yeah, I agree. Like when he was looking, or when she was looking at the keys, just like when she first tries to leave, like with that intensity, she's just like, you could just tell. And when she does call, I don't remember her name, but the lady that's like, oh, we'll call the FBI together, like from corporate or whatever.
Rita Wilson?
Yeah, she's like, she asks her, are you going to come? And she's like, I'm on my way. Or she like just hangs up and just like kind of has to force herself to.
And it felt like too, I did write a note about whenever that she finally got in contact with that lady, and they're obviously trying to hide shit. So even though she seems like she wants to help her, I think she just wants to like keep her quiet. The way she told her, like, we need you to come in, like she just kept saying, you know, I need you to sit here so we can let's do it together, blah, blah. And I was like, oh shit, I think they know everything about her and they're using it against her. Like they know that she can't leave. And so they're just using that. I thought that was kind of cool. I'm surprised too they didn't go the route of, I thought they were going to try to make us feel like question if she is making shit up or not, or, you know, like question her mental stability. But I feel like they didn't do that. Like it was kind of strange, like weirdly, like I liked it, but it was strange that they didn't, that the whole time they were like, no, she's right. And like her mission is like valid, or, you know, like it's not that she's like making it up or she's paranoid. Like she actually she knows what she heard, and it was true. After she got into the phone or into the records of like all the audio, she was like, yeah, they fucking killed her.
Yeah, I really like the sound design too. When she's you know, putting on the headphones, taking them off, she had this I don't know if it was the same one, but she had a like audio interface like the one that we have, so I was like, hey, that's cool. I
also liked whenever she was listening to the audio, the way they edited, I guess it was showing us like what she was imagining happening. And I like the way they portrayed that, because they didn't really fully, like, it always felt like she was in the background of the scene. Like they didn't fully switch over to what was happening with the lady on the phone, or on the Kimi.
Yeah, like a dream state. Like that's what it felt like.
Yeah, exactly. Also, the guy that, you know, they're trying to like, that was hiding all the shit. I guess the CEO, like you said, the only thing that kind of annoyed me, I was like, how did he not know that it was caught on a Kimi device when he gave it to her, and it's his device? What a fucking, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's just an idiot, which is kind of believable. He looked like an idiot. Oh, also, do you recognize that guy?
Yeah. He's from
the Relatista. Yeah. He was good. I was very surprised to see him.
The Relatista.
Yeah, I was like, oh God, am I gonna cry like when I first saw him?
That's so funny. He should have like added that to the script. He's like, you know what, Steven, I need to call me the Relatista.
He's like, have you heard the story of the Relatista?
Well, strap in. I got a story to tell.
One of my favorite words of all time is
Relatista. Oh, yeah, I did recognize him.
So yeah, but so fucking stupid of that guy to do that. Like, just I think for me, I was like, that doesn't seem likely, but maybe it is. People can be stupid. And okay, another thing that I feel bad for laughing at, when she finally leaves her apartment, she's like, The way she's walking is very funny. She's just not moving her arms.
Yeah.
What was the point of that?
I guess to show she's on edge, but it did look very funny. Especially because
maybe
she
I
was
was
like wearing a big coat, so it didn't look like
Yeah.
a human was walking, just like a just a figure. Just
with blue hair too.
yeah. I did like that
That was
jacket.
very strange. Oh, I liked her outfits and I liked her hair a lot. Oh, another thing, another note I have is they got Helio de la Vega in this bitch. I haven't seen him in so long. I was very
know.
surprised and excited.
Yeah, he played a pretty good bad guy. Like I wasn't like it's hard to get him out of that other
Yeah.
characters. But I feel like if I hadn't seen him in Jane the Virgin, I would have been like, yeah. He's a bad guy.
Like I feel like for some villains, it's good to have a funny quality to you. And I mean, he wasn't making jokes the whole time, but I feel like just the way he delivers lines is very funny. But again, maybe I just keep thinking about his character in
Yeah.
Jane the Virgin. But I was very excited to see him because, like I said, I haven't seen him in a lot of things.
Yeah.
I was also I was kind of confused. So she goes to the office, right? And I was kind of confused about after she meets Rita Wilson and she's like, "Well, you're not gonna fucking help me," and so she tries to go to the FBI. That whole kidnapping sequence. I mean, I don't know. It felt like a commentary on how people do kidnap sequences in movies, because the way that they just like did it in broad daylight and then people pulled her out of the van, I was like, I liked it because that seemed very realistic, where people, like, I've seen movies before where shit like that happens and I'm like, how does nobody see what's happening right now?
Right.
So I wonder if it's like I said, a commentary on that. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just putting too much on it. But I liked
Maybe.
that. And then I like how they eventually ended up kidnapping her. And that felt very smooth.
Mm-hmm.
And it made me very annoyed that she would just stop after somebody was like, "Oh, hey," I'd be like, "Fuck off," or I'd just start yelling, or I don't know how I would.
Yeah. Also, like,
handle
why
that.
was that not the kidnappers like plan A? Like, why was that not
Exactly.
like that was so smooth? Like, what?
Maybe they wanted to create a diversion, but why?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But anyways, it goes to my next note, which is like, I think these are the worst thugs I've ever seen. Because when they finally get her to the apartment, I also like how they brought in that guy that seemed creepy, that was just watching her all the time, but he was the one that helped save her. And I like the line that he said too, where she was like, "How did you know that something was happening?" And he said, "Because you never leave, and so I figured something was wrong." I liked that, even though it was kind of creepy.
Yeah, it's still creepy because like he like knew her first name because he like searched it up. He was like, "It's not hard."
Yeah.
Which it's probably like a commentary. Like I feel like, and something I think about a lot is you could find a lot of information about myself online, and you can.
And
do
honestly,
a lot,
I invite you to try. I'm just kidding. But truly the worst. I mean, the fact that they like just automatically stabbed him, and then she got away so easily, and then the way she killed them. I like how that happened, because I feel like sometimes in movies, I think the reason I like this movie so much is because every time they would present them something to me, I'm like, oh, it's gonna go like this, but then it didn't, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought when she got the nail gun, she was just gonna maim them, but the fact that she killed all of them with it, I liked. And
Hilarious.
she made sure that they were dead. I fucking hate in movies when they don't do that.
I thought it was fantastic. Like, and she's so smart in the way that she escaped, because she like used Kimi to like start recording so they couldn't like say anything or make any noise, because then there'd be a recording saying that they were there. Turned off all the lights, and I just really like that. But yeah, she killed them all, and she was like so nonchalant about it. Like when that other guy came to the door, and she was call 911. Call 911. There's 3 dead bodies.
I think that probably, I wonder if it has anything to do with well, it obviously has something to do with what happened to her in her past, because all we know is that she was assaulted, right? They never really say
Right.
what happened, but it kind of reminds me of that whole discourse about, I don't know if it's a discourse, but like why women like to listen to true crime stories. And it's not really for enjoyment. Like, I don't know if any of us ever really enjoy hearing the terrible shit that happens to people. Some of it feels like preparation. Like, I think that's why I like a lot of horror films, or sometimes they comfort me, because it does feel like I'm kind of studying. And I've never had a trauma that resulted in agoraphobia, but I can imagine that when something like that happens to you, all you can do is think about what happened and what you would do differently next time.
Oh, 100%.
And so, yeah, I do like, or that whole thing too, or I guess the thing that I can relate to is when people, like, I'm a very anxious person, and I don't like when, like, if stuff changes on me last minute, I kind of freak out or I get really frustrated. Mm-hmm. But I am really good when in a high stress situation, which seems so weirdly, what's the word? Like, it seems so weirdly opposed to each other. Like, those two things.
Counterintuitive.
Exactly. But I do think that's why it's so realistic to me that somebody that is experiencing something as severe as agoraphobia, where you can't leave your house, but then when something like this happens, you're as calm as
ready to go.
Anybody. Yeah, like, you know exactly what to do. That's kind of how it feels, you know? Like, with the freeze, I had a moment where I was freaking out, but the whole time I was on it. Like, I had a stockpiled with water from, like, the first day. And I was
nice.
like, and I think I was talking to my therapist about that, and I was like, and I wouldn't have known how to do that, or I wouldn't have known to do that if I wasn't anxious all the fucking time and prepared for every single scenario that happens. Every time I enter a room, I know exactly how I would leave if a murderer ran in there. And that's on anxiety.
That's an interesting thing that I honestly didn't think about. This movie, like, shows. Mm-hmm. Fantastic.
Solid movie. I have one fun fact, unless you have something else to say about it.
No, I pretty much said everything I needed to say.
Okay. The fun fact is Kimi is voiced by Betsy Brantley, Steven Soderbergh's ex-wife. Fun fact.
Wow. Fun indeed.
There you go. While on vacation on the Nile, Hercule Poirot must investigate the murder of a young heiress in Death on the Nile. Directed by Kenneth Branagh, written by Michael Green, based on the novel by Agatha Christie, starring Tom Bateman, Annette Bening, and Kenneth Branagh.
Critics gave it a 6.7 out of 10 on IMDb, a 66% on Rotten Tomatoes, and on Letterboxd, it has an average of 3 stars. I give it a little bit under that, 2.5, I think. But I had a fun time. I went to Star Cinema Grill, and I got one of their El Mariachi, which is a margarita that was very big. It was like...
Oh, I think I've had that at that theater.
Yeah, so I was a little tipsy watching this, and I had fun, but I think that was an important factor. That drink allowed me to enjoy this a little bit more.
How many margaritas did you have? Just one?
Yeah, I had just one. It was
2.
enough. Oh.
Where I went, I had 2. So I gave it 1.5 stars.
Okay.
And then my review would have been 3 stars if my theater served champagne. So I want to talk about my theater experience a little bit, because the movie, I don't really have much to say about it, honestly, but I went to a movie theater in San Antonio called the Palladium, which I think you've been to as well, Anthony, right?
Yeah.
Apparently they've renovated it, or at least they've redone some of the theaters, because there's a VIP experience called VIP at the Mez. This is not sponsored, but we went, or we because I was like, oh, like, we wanted to have like a date night thing, because we don't want to go out tomorrow for Valentine's because it'll be a shit show. So we did it this weekend. And so we went, or when we were looking up the like show times, Sebastian was like, what does VIP mean? And they had these loungers. They had like 2 options. One where it's just like the reclining seats, and one where it looks like like a sofa. You need to look it up, or maybe
I'm looking at pictures and I'll add it. I don't even know what I'm looking at. Like, how do you get out of that comfortably?
I don't know. We didn't get. I was like, I cannot sit on those in the first, and it's only on the first row. So I think it'd be fine if you're laying down because you're like right there.
Right.
But I was like, no, we need to have just like the recliner seats. But the reclining seats, I should have taken a picture, but I think you could probably find some online. The reclining seats that we had, they had two. It's only for 18 and up. That's the first thing. 18 and up. And you have to, I guess it's only for like two people. I mean, I think you can buy one, or you have to buy two seats, but you can like, I guess, go by yourself. But the two seats have dividers. Like, it's just the two, and then it has dividers between every couple seats. Mm-hmm. So I couldn't see anybody that was next to me, like on either side of us, which was really cool. We got to order, like, you obviously order food, and you press a button like every time you need them to come and like refill stuff or get something else. The food itself, pretty, what do people say now? I was gonna say mediocre, but people say mid, right? Mid. Pretty mid. Was like, the food was not great. Margaritas, amazing. Santicos has the best margaritas. And what else? Oh, and then they even had these like little lights that had light switches. So if you wanted to turn a light, like if you needed to see something, like that was kind of cool. Like, and the light was actually helpful because sometimes at the draft house or at certain places they have a light, but it doesn't do anything. Like, it's so dim that it's just, there's no point. Yeah. Another thing though is that the reclining seats were, I think, some of the best reclining seats I've sat in, because I don't usually, the reclining seats that you like sit in a regular theater, they only move your legs up and they don't really do anything and that's not comfortable to me. And this one, when we sat down, I was like, oh, we're gonna have to be looking up the whole time, because even though we're in the third row, it was still kind of like pretty close to the screen. But when I reclined, it like reclined everything back, so I was basically laying down the whole time.
Nice. But
it felt so comfortable.
Wow.
Like, I usually, even in reclining seats, I'll move around a lot, but in this one, didn't move at all. I'm glad
you had a good experience. Mine was like, the seat was like kind of detached from like the back part, and it was like one of those tables that are uneven. So if you like shift a little bit of weight, it'll just like.
Yep.
So I was like fighting that the entire night, fighting that battle. So I'm glad you had fun.
It was great, and that's why I was like. So the loungers that you're looking at, and like you said, you'll put a picture. Those, I told Sebastian, I can't imagine we'd ever like sitting in those, but I do kind of want to try them one time. And I said the only time though, because they don't have they have dividers between them, but not really. So you would just be laying next to just random couples.
Yeah. Plus, there's like a weird like table in the middle that looks like if you just bought it for yourself, like you could just straddle that table.
Exactly.
Like, it's just so weird.
Also, imagine a waiter coming up to you and like ordering. That's humiliating. It feels so embarrassing to order then.
It's like
to
you're
be just
in bed.
laying down. Yeah. That I don't know. I told Sebastian the only way I would ever order sit in those seats is if like you and Kayla, if you came into town and if you also got those seats.
Yeah.
I want you guys to experience it because I think it's very interesting. I think you'd like it, but I don't know if I'd ever sit in those. I'd maybe just the reclining ones. So that was my experience seeing the movie. The movie itself, again, mid.
Yeah.
I kind of guessed what was like Sebastian. I kind of guessed what was going to happen. It was not as surprising as like the first one was.
Yeah, I was bored, so I looked it up while I was watching it. I was like, I couldn't. I don't know. It's like
after
I
the
used to do that a
part.
lot.
What?
Or I just like look up what would happen in the movies. But
watching it?
No, not like in the movies, but like before. Just so I know. I don't know. It's weird.
That's crazy.
I don't do it anymore. Well, I did it for this movie because I like Russell Brand was like not there. Like he was there for like 5 minutes. It felt like he had like 2 lines.
I liked him.
It was pretty good. I just don't like. Is that just me? It's like he just wasn't there. I thought he was gonna have like more of a. I thought a lot of them were gonna have like more of a presence.
And I think I have a fun fact that will explain that a little bit. Maybe not, but yeah, I didn't really care about any of them. Not the least of all, Gal Gadot's character. I didn't give a shit about what happened to her.
I thought she was like faking it. I thought she wasn't. I thought she wasn't dead.
Say psych right now.
Yeah, but I don't remember when, but I was like, oh, she's dead.
Beginning part where when they're dancing went on way too long. Where they're basically just like having sex on the dance floor. Like, who dances like that?
Yeah, I was like, do they know that they're in public? Like, is that?
Yeah.
And then she's like, yeah, dance with my fiance. And then he like picks her up and puts like his like nose is like in her belly button. It's like, bro, you just met her. This is so weird.
Love at first sight.
Yeah.
Armie Hammer is a weird man, so maybe they were like, we didn't even have to tell him what to do. He just did that. That's so funny. So that was kind of interesting. That whole like, fighting over him aspect, or just them being together, because in the trailers you kind of know that's gonna happen. But when you first start out, I didn't realize obviously that he was supposed to be with that other girl first, and that they were engaged. I was like, oh, this is a twist. And I love that Perot was kind of like living for the drama.
Yeah, he's
like,
just
ooh.
he just goes from drama to drama.
Truly. He's just starting shit too.
Yeah.
But I like the beginning part, because I thought that was funny. To see two women fight over Armie Hammer. Couldn't be me.
Okay. Let's get straight to the champagne part, because I don't really know what else to talk about. Because I saw this tweet.
We can't get to the champagne part because
sorry.
The one thing, I don't remember laughing harder than when they told them they were going on a boat and she was just randomly standing in that like structure with the Egyptian headdress. I was like, is this a real movie? What is happening?
It did feel so weird.
And I was like, is something going to happen with that? Is she going to fall? Like, is that going to be the first murder attempt? No, she just wanted to step in there.
And Armie Hammer was just like, yeah, look at her. Look at her doing this shit.
Look. Get a load of this, guys. And everybody's like, what do we do?
You'll never believe it.
Like, guess what we're doing on our honeymoon now? And they're like,
this shit
just gives us no clues. What the fuck are you talking about?
That's so funny.
Oh shit. Sorry, but yes, champagne.
No, I saw this tweet. I gotta find it, but they were basically defending the enough champagne line, saying like, it shows that the character is going through so much. She's just like trying to make the best for her guests. It's like, nah, bro. It's just
Gal Gadot's just a really bad actress.
The entire thing. Have you seen that video of like where they put, that and everyone's clapping?
Yep. And I thought it was fake, but it's real.
Is it really?
I think so. I mean, maybe it isn't, but either way, I could believe that would happen though. Sebastian and I did clap. I was drunk enough that I was like very excited, so we clapped and cheered for ourselves. And then we looked at each other. We're like, all right, let's go.
Yeah. Honestly,
sad.
That was the climax. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah. All right. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. See you guys next week. No, the only thing that like truly shocked me, and Kayla, was that his friend died.
I gasped.
Kayla gasped, like was
really
the only one
loudly.
in the theater, and she was like, she looked at me and was like, I was just like laughing because like no one else did anything, and she was just Wait, say it again. I can't.
Sorry. I think that was the same for us too, because nobody had a reaction, and it was earth shattering to me. I was like, are y'all seeing this shit? She got on the Cleopatra. I'm kidding. Yeah, that truly shocked me.
Yeah.
That was the only moment that was like, maybe this movie's good, and then it just went away so fast.
Nah. Just not good. I mean, the twist,
No.
Army Hammer wasn't actually with Gal Gadot, or he was, but just in it for the money.
Yeah.
He was with his old lady. I don't know. Were you surprised that it was like they killed, or they ended up dying?
I wasn't surprised that they did that. I was surprised of how truly stupid it looked.
No. Yeah, she just like slumped over.
I thought she just killed him.
Yeah.
I didn't get the whole like they killed each other. And it's very funny to me to like imagine just everybody just sitting, like not even getting up, not even trying to be like, you killed my son, just sitting down,
Just
like
watching.
they're eating dinner and just watching these two people kill themselves. And they're just
Look
like,
at this shit.
all right, can I go home now? That was weird.
Yeah. I didn't care for like the love story between like the main dude and the singer.
Oh. I kind of liked it.
Did they
but,
explain
yeah.
what happened to his like first wife?
I think he said it, but his accent was so thick that I was like, what?
Because
Or,
I think I
don't
went to
know.
the
I think-
restroom during that part.
I went to the restroom during, this was definitely like, you can go to the restroom and it doesn't matter. I did go to the restroom during a reveal though. I went during when, I guess they revealed that Perot, he wasn't there on vacation, that Annette Bening like hired him. I went during
yeah.
that time and I was like, oh shit. That's what I was like, he's a shit starter, dude. Like, why would
Yeah.
you agree to that? But I guess because that guy's his friend. But yeah, wait, what did you ask? If we were surprised by anything?
Honestly, I don't even remember what I asked. That's what this movie has done to me. I just don't remember.
It was just not really that interesting. I just want to watch Knives Out too. That's all I want. This
Yeah.
movie, meh.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. The first one's way better, I think. Murder on the Orient Express. Like
Yeah,
this one,
and I didn't even like that one.
this one just has like the same elements, and it just
And it would have been, and what I kept thinking too, oh god, sorry, is that that ending is so much better, and it could have worked for this one too, but it just didn't, you know.
Yeah, because
Just
like
kept wanting
there's no
that
like
ending.
real resolution.
Yeah,
Like
They just, like,
they just die.
slumped over on a stool. They would have fallen over. Like, let's not fucking kid ourselves.
100%.
Yeah, I don't know. And the whole theme of like, I'll do anything for love, like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but like, why would you do that? I think because they needed money, I guess.
That's lame. It's kind of lame.
Yeah. I don't know. I did tell Sebastian, I was like, so can we just like, is that what we should do? Just like find a rich woman.
Well, that's how it ended.
All right, I have some fun facts.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, this movie has been delayed several times. Originally set for a 2019 release, it got delayed in filming, so was pushed to 2020. Then, due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, it got pushed around several times until being set for fall 2021. Then, on April 3rd, 2021, it was announced to be delayed again to February 2022 due to the Army Hammer accusations.
That's 3 years? Holy shit.
Seemed very disconnected. Like everything just felt so like it felt like they did everything within the span of 3 years, you know?
Yeah, the first year was just the first like club scene. Second was like the
Yeah.
whole boat shit. Third was like the last club scene where he shaved because that means something to him
Yeah.
apparently
Yeah, I don't know.
because his face got blown up.
Yeah, and instead of his wife being like, I don't care
You're
what
ugly.
you look like, she's like, grow a mustache, you fucking weirdo.
Your lip is fucked up. You need to cover it up. Honestly, like that, like when they showed like what happened to his face, like the aftermath,
Yeah.
that was like the least amount. Like it was mainly his cheek.
And there's no scarring on his cheek.
That seems weird.
Suspect.
Maybe it would have been like too like Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, maybe. I also like
The mask.
Okay. All right, last one. As in the case of its predecessor, Murder on the Orient Express, the murder victim is a well-known actor. So for the first one, Johnny Depp, spoiler alert. For this one, Gal Gadot, who despite dying early in the film, receives prominent billing and is featured heavily in marketing materials on the film poster. That's how you know, though. That's the first thing I guessed. I leaned over Sebastian and I said, she's going to die. Because, yeah, we obviously don't know who died until the movie. But I didn't think it would be 3, though. That was surprising.
Yeah. Yeah. But even then, like the movie, like that's, if that's like the biggest thing, it's not good. That 3 of the characters died, and it's honestly like I forgot that I don't remember her name. The Jon Snow.
Oh yeah.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Yeah.
What was she?
I don't remember her name. She was like her assistant, basically.
Louise, maybe.
Yeah.
Pretty brutal death, but
I like to. That was the only thing that, because usually for these, I'm like, I want to be like, oh, that was clever, and I feel like none of that happened in this movie except for when she was being questioned and she like basically wanted to tell Armie Hammer without telling him that she wanted to. I can't even explain it. Because she obviously saw him, right? Like she knew that it was him from the get-go. And so during that interrogation, she basically told him that she is willing to be silent. And that's when he was like, I will always take care of you, like that, or you'll be taken care of. I thought that was clever, because I wouldn't have caught that if they didn't spell it out for me. Other than that, though, I was... Or the paint thing too, that was so obvious. Like that's that's another thing I told Sebastian when she said, "Well, my crimson is gone." I was like, "Oh, they're gonna use it for fake paint."
My red paint.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
I don't remember if the other one showed like a death on screen, like during like when it took place, but like the friend dying was kind of but yeah, not that good. I mean, go watch it, I guess. Not really. Just wait for Knives Out too, honestly.
Or just watch Knives Out again.
Yeah.
Or read the Agatha Christie books.
Yeah,
she has a lot of books on this guy, I think.
I'm sure they're good. That's all I have.
Same.
Any last words?
Champagne.
We'll see you guys next week for episode 115. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.